All right, boys. Season 1. Rules, regulations, and code of conduct. Alrighty. CDL introduction. Code of conduct below. Okay. Yeah, this is cheating. All CDL participants and competitors are expected to compete in fair and honorable manner. Methods such as cheating, such as account sharing, match fixing, stream sniping, dual disruption, client-side abuse, hacking, exploiting, everything like that is going to be forbidden. Obviously, yeah, this is very, very serious, okay? This is an extremely serious thing. This is a classic while dueling tournament. There are more rules for this than there are for the arena tournament. Attendance. Everybody has to show up, I guess. Punishments is you don't get your fucking money. All right, obviously. Stages, qualifying round. Okay. So, dueling rules. Here we go. All baseline class abilities are permitted except for certain conjurable items, example, Hellstone, which are banned. Hellstones are banned? Healthstones are banned. Here's my opinion. Healthstones are created by a player ability. They are created by something that the player casts. It's in their spell book. Basically, here's where I work back from. If it's in one of these trees, you can use it. Yeah, they're banning it because you can give it to other people? Wait, what? They're banning it because you can give it to other people? Guys, here's how you check, okay? Like, you just look. You require everybody to stream. And if somebody's health magically goes up by 1,500, they use the Healthstone. I mean, like, come on. It's a way to nerf SL locks. Yeah, so what you're saying is that they're doing this to nerf SL locks. Okay, well, let's talk about that afterwards. But I don't know about this whole Healthstone being banned. Only class buffs and self buffs are allowed for each player, or equipable item buffs, i.e. Headmaster's Charge. So long as the item is equipable, the item buffs only last whenever that specific item is equipped. All other buffs are banned. I think that's good. Players must maintain one talent build for the entirety of the qualifiers. I also agree with this too. This is a good idea. There will be a 30-second downtime between duels for classes to get mana and heal up. I agree with that as well. Duelists shall be positioned 20 yards away from each other at the start of the duel. Duelists may compete with one character for the entirety of Season 1. Observing duelists shall stand clear of the dueling area. Duelists shall be required to stream the entirety of the CDL event. Obviously, that's what makes sense. Delay of game. No intentional delays are permitted. Rogues intentionally stealthing for minutes to reset CDs. Any non-strategic acts whose purpose is solely to delay the duel will be a result of forfeit. That actually makes a lot of sense because it's boring for viewers, and people sitting around waiting for cooldowns just sucks. Fleeing from a duel will result in a loss by the fleeing player. If they're force fleed, then the situation will be called into review. I think that makes sense too. If a duel forfeiture is deemed accidental, both duelers may be required to redo the duel. That makes sense too. In the event of a duel timeout, no win will be granted. Duelers will reduel, but with a cap on food and water set to only 3 for the remaining duels of the matchup. Oh, that's really smart. I like that a lot. So yeah, I like that a lot. So it only matters if, yeah, that makes a lot of sense in my mind, right? I like that a lot. That's a good idea. Good rule. Yeah, this is actually a good rule. I think it's a good rule, at least. Yeah, I think it's a very good rule. Okay, this is good. Has mage's sheeping, resetting count as delays? Probably it does in some way. It depends. Interference, engineering items. All one-time, unused, non-equipable, consumable engineering items are banned, except for grenades and engineering bombs, which are permitted aside from the specified below. Arcane bomb is banned. Flash bomb is banned. Goblin rocket helm is banned. Gnomish mind control cap is banned. Arcanite dragonling is banned. I think these are good decisions as well. I agree with this. All consumables, this is what we were going to do too. We talked about this as well. All consumables and temporary unused, non-equipable items, including class conjuring on unused items, aside from the specified below, are banned. Bandages are permitted. Mana gems are permitted. Food and water is permitted. Thistle tea is banned. Powerful anti-venom is permitted. Great rage potions, not mighty rage, are permitted. Whipperroot tubers are permitted. Demonic and dark runes are permitted. I don't know about the great rage potions being permitted. I don't know, like, okay. It doesn't matter. If they let warriors flask, they'd still lose. Like, I mean, really, it doesn't make a difference. Like, I think it's silly that warriors should be able to use rage potions, but Thistle Tea is banned. I think that you either ban Thistle Tea and rage potions, or you ban both of them. Or you allow, or you ban both of them. I feel like they're basically the same thing. They're class-specific items that are craftable with a profession. I think, in my opinion, both of them should be banned because they're created by a profession that's not engineering. And engineering is the only profession that really, you know, in like the normal duels is really allowed. So I'm not a big fan of that either. It's to make the tournament more balanced. Well, I think that if you want to try to make Classic WoW balanced, I think that the best way to do it balanced is to wait for Phase 3 and do BGs. Because duels are never going to be balanced. They're just not. Like, you have people that are using, like, you get like 2 lucky crits on a massive ability. Like, if I get a crit on a mage, for example, and I crit them for 2,000 damage, like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, they're fundamentally not balanced. Like, I don't think that you should plan duels around being balanced. I'm sorry, but like, there it is. Naked warriors only. Yeah, it's an RNG shit show. Like, let's be real. All non-consumable equipable items unless otherwise specified are permitted, except for the items mentioned below. Tidal Charm is banned. Lifestone is banned. Furbolg Medicine Pouch is banned. Ancient Cornerstone Grimoire and Book of the Dead are banned. Only one absorb item is being used per duel. Example, AGM and Marker Resolution cannot be used together in a single duel. Okay. Stealth detection equipable items are permitted. Class-specific rules. Stealth classes will always get the first uncontested opener in a duel. I actually agree with this. I agree with this. Do you want to know why I agree with it? Is because if you don't have that, that's normal. It is normal. And also because people are streaming. So if you are like, let's say there's like a rogue, right? You're like standing, I don't know, like, let me just open something up, or I don't know, like, let me see. I don't need to explain it, right? Like, let's say you're sitting in Ironforge and people are like, oh, he's in front of you to the left. And then you do like a blizzard and in front of you to the left, there's no way that Tips can tell that you just didn't do this randomly, or if you did it on purpose. So I don't think this is a bad decision at all. It's basic dueling etiquette. No flares or traps for hunters. I feel like for hunters, I don't know. Like, it's complicated, man. You skip the resistance part? Oh, okay, I'll deal with the resistance part in a minute. Arcane Explosion, no? That's crap. No, it's not. There's a thing called stream delay. You don't want to stream with stream delay. It's not good for the show. It's better for the show if you don't stream with stream delay, because it just makes it less complicated. And anyway, so I think this actually, does make sense. Any stream has delay? Yeah, but it's the same way. It sounds very biased for stealth classes. Not really, because I feel like basic. All right, so this is a component, right? Basic dueling etiquette. I know this might upset some people to talk about this, but let's just be real here. Basic dueling etiquette says that you allow people to get the opener if they're stealth. Okay? And this is, again, this is just like my experience of playing the game for 13 years. Generally, unless you have something like perception or something like that, you should be allowed to do that. Okay? Those are some shit rolls. Bull set perception talent. It's used to stop stealth. Player has that mechanic, then it squashes it. Should be allowed. No, because the streaming thing is just too much of a factor. Like, if you have, like, let's say your friend, right? Let's say I have Zach, you know, sitting downstairs, and he's watching the stream, and he's watching the other person I'm dueling, and he's, like, telling me constantly, like, where he is. That's going to make it a lot easier for me to know where he is and pull him out of stealth earlier, which actually gives me an advantage. And because Tips can't moderate and make sure that people aren't receiving those messages, and there's no way for him to be able to tell that, then he basically runs the risk of making the entire tournament invalid by giving people a way to cheat if he doesn't make it to where stealth classes can always get the opener, right? Now, if the streamer has delay, it doesn't matter. Like, even with delay, if you're on the left side of the room, even if you're running with like a 10-minute delay, a 10-minute delay actually be fine, right? Obviously, but like if you're running with like a 10-second delay, it's still gonna be different, right? I don't like the idea of expecting people to stream with a 2-minute delay. I don't think it's good for the show, and I think that the health of the show and making the show good should always be the priority. If the show is good, everything else is going to be good. You know, that's the way that I see it, okay? Legit, so many ways to pull people out of stealth, paranoia with Fell Puppy. Well, I know that, right? But, and like, that's the problem. Like, in a perfect world, you would allow people to be able to pull other people out of stealth. But the issue is that because it's streamed, you can't judge and you can't make a guarantee on the integrity of every single person that's competing to not pull somebody out of stealth. And here's conversely what the problem is. Let's say somebody does pull someone else out of stealth. Let's say, like, I'm competing in a tournament and then I pull a rogue out of stealth. You know, I just randomly blood rage and I do a demo shout that pulls a rogue out of stealth. Everybody's going to call me a cheater. Everybody's going to call me a fucking cheater for that. And it doesn't matter if I cheated or not, because everybody's going to say, like, oh, well, you know what? He fucking cheated because, you know, there's no way he could have known that. Yeah, that's... There it is. Reasoning isn't stream sniping. Reasoning is that rogues are fucking trash without the opener. I mean, that could also be a factor, too. But I feel like beyond that, I think there's a common sense rule because of the fact that it's being streamed. Don't stream, but record it. Yeah, if you think that's a solution... Like, okay. All right. That's such a dumb idea. They're made for all classes, not one person. I know that. There's nothing justified about that. It's absolute horseshit. No, of course it's justified. Because it leaves too much, open for interpretation of somebody accidentally, you know, like maybe cheating or like getting spammed with messages. And this is the other thing, right? Is like, let's say that you're having somebody who's, like, they're competing, right? You can't really turn off whispers unless you change your window, right? So even if you're not trying to solicit this, there's going to be people that are watching that want you to win versus the other person for whatever reason, and they will spam you with the location of the person who's stealthed. Even if you don't solicit this at all. Like, I think that the fact that it's streamed makes it to where stealth classes have to get the opener. 2-minute delay? You're not going to stream with the 2-minute delay. It makes the show worse. Yeah, there's no perception because it's horde only. Thistle T's already banned. Any warlock using Fell Hunter against rogues is an idiot. I don't know about that. I have no idea, okay? I'm truly not sure. Making up bullshit? No, I'm not. I'm not at all. Bad players, second PvP, crying about the rules. Of course they are. All of the people that are okay with the rules are, you know, the rank 1 gladiators, BlizzCon champions that are competing. So yeah, that's it. That's dumb because they can't stealth later. You make it to where they get a free opener to whoever stealths. Well, it's different if it's 2 stealth classes, I'm sure. It's unwritten duel rules to let the warriors charge and let rogues get openers. Yeah, it's dueling etiquette. Let's go to the next one, okay? Stealth classes. Again, this is a contentious rule, but it's obviously the right decision. Warriors will always get an uncontested first charge, except against stealth classes whose opener takes priority. I think this makes sense, too. Yeah, I think it makes sense. Now, in a perfect world, like, and this is more like dueling etiquette. And I know this is something that people don't understand, but in the context of a game that's been around for 15 years, the etiquette in the game matters. And the fact is that people have an expectation of the way the game is supposed to be played and the way duels are supposed to be played. For example, dueling etiquette. You only duel with your own buffs. You don't use potions in duels. You can use health stones in duels. You can't use other like elixirs and stuff like that. And engineering is allowed. Why are these items and why are these things allowed? Because they're allowed. And this is the dueling etiquette of the game that's been going on for 10 years. Hellstones, if you're a lock. Well, I disagree with the Hellstone rule, personally. Yeah, that's all there is to it. About letting rogues stealth. I've never seen this dueling etiquette about letting rogues stealth open people. It's a weak argument. No, it's not. Really? Like, is it not dueling etiquette to let rogues stealth? Like, so if I'm dueling a rogue, right? Like, let's say I go and I duel rogue, and I see where he's standing, and then so as soon as the duel starts, I immediately run on top of him, and I start AoEing on top of him, because I know there's only a certain amount of area that he can go from as soon as he starts the duel. It is dueling etiquette to allow rogue to do the opener and to stealth properly and open on you. Right? I feel like it is. That's how you do it always. Yeah, you do it. Like I'm sorry, guys. I'm sure there's a lot of people here that don't play the fucking game that have very strong opinions about this. But no, you let the rogue have the opener because that's the dueling etiquette of the game. And the tournament is a community tournament, which means that the etiquette of the game matters. Yeah, I mean, there you go. What about feral druids? It's a stealth class, so it's the same thing. Let's see. If you let a rogue stealth, you can't let a hunter pre-trap. Well, hunters pre-trapping, placing a trap before the duel begins is not permitted. So there you go. Apparently they can't do that. I don't really know, like, how do you guys feel about that? Like, hunters can't pre-trap. I mean, as a warrior, hey, yo, hey, yo, listen, yo, hey. There it is. All right. Let's see, hunters are here. Learn the scatter trap. Well, scatter trap doesn't work the same way as I think it did back in vanilla because scatter shot and freezing trap share a DR. And I don't know if that even happened back in vanilla. Let's see here. You insta-lose if you can pre-trap as melee. That's fair. Yeah, I guess so. You just talked about etiquette. A trap before duel is very basic hunter etiquette. I actually don't know what the jury is on that. I have no idea. I think like a lot of hunters that I duel pre-trap, and they just do it. They pre-trap. And that's all there is to it. I don't know if that's etiquette or not, but every hunter I played against does pre-trap. Etiquette is a load of shit, mate. Oh, Jesus Christ. What autism, man. Wow. What the fuck. Okay. All right, so let's read the rest of these. Okay. Shaman may have 4 totems down at the start of the duel. Jesus Christ. What a fucking retard. All right. Shaman may have 4 totems down at the start of the duel. Why is the shaman able to have 4 totems down? Am I missing something? It's their buffs. So they're considered buffs. It's 4 GCDs. Well, don't you feel like that's kind of a component to the duel, is being able to have your buffs down? What about non-feral druids in cat form? Druids are still stealth classes. They're still stealth classes, guys. Please. So hunter can't trap, but shamans can. Yeah. Well, I feel like also there are some rules here. There are some rules here that are clearly made to make it to where certain matchups are not quite as one-sided as they usually are. So like the trap example, right? It's like if you're a warrior and a hunter pre-traps you, you're like 90% chance gonna lose if it's like an open area. And like the thing with the shaman totems, if you want to consider the shaman totems buffs, I mean, like, but a pre-hot is also a buff. I mean, in the same way, like, I don't know, like it's hard really for me to say which one's better and which one's not. The way that I look at it with all these rules is that after the first tournament goes out and we have a ton of people that are like, okay, you know what, we want to have, we see this one group, these people are winning just by this massive fucking margin all the time. Well, if that's going to happen constantly, then maybe you should swap it and change the rules up. So at the end of this, if the shamans are just completely fucking dominating everything, then yeah, I feel like maybe they should change it. But wait until then. That's what makes sense. Congratulations, Sea-Doo. What, you really think that Sea-Doo's going to win because he got 4 totems down at the start of the duel? Get the fuck out of here. It's not going to happen. Duel is going to be banned from using before duel as a grounding totem. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's a retarded fucking thing to say. Like, let's be real. Warlocks are going to win this. Like, I mean, they're going to win. They're too strong. Like SL Warlocks are going to win. It doesn't matter, like, it doesn't make a difference. I think Warlocks are just going to, or a Shadow Priest. Yeah, Warlocks or a Shadow Priest. They're going to completely fucking dominate you. It doesn't matter. And again, if you want to, like, rebalance everything, then, like, the problem with rebalancing is that, like, it's completely community driven. So players are going to have different opinions on, like, what's balanced, right? So, like, one person's going to say, like, oh, well, allowing them to have totems is balanced. Another person's going to say it's not. So it's always really, really contentious to allow, you know, to try to balance the game yourself. Anyway, let's go to the next one, okay?
All hail Beam.
What's that?
Huh?
What do you mean by that?
What are you up to today?
I'm reading the rules right now.
The rules?
Yeah.
Rules are meant to be broken.
I bet they will be. I can pretty much guarantee they will be. Yeah, I mean, you should get Shadow Resist gear for the lock and SB. Oh, yeah. So the Resistance gear. Equipped Shadow Resistance gear can go up to 200. All of the other resistances can go up to 100. I don't know. Like, I mean, is that good or not? Like, I mean, yeah, this is disgusting treatment of Warlocks. Yeah, I guess so. Well, it's because you can put cursive elements on people, right? And, like, and debuff their resist. I think that's why it's higher for Warlocks. So it seems to me like Warlocks are being targeted as being tried. They're trying to, like, bring them more in line. They're trying to make Warlocks not quite as good as they usually are. And I can see, you know, SLSL. Wait, what? What? Warlock's pre-sacking is not allowed. That makes sense. Stealth versus stealth matchups is the same thing as before. Acknowledgements. Okay. Well, where does it say no SLSL? Nobody said, it doesn't say that anywhere. Yeah, it's TBC. Yeah. Because you can only get, you can only have, like, SLSL with Siphon Life and Souling, right? And you can't get both of those in vanilla. Like, you don't have enough talent points. You either get one or the other. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not the way that it works. Forcing Warlocks to play Soul Link with these rules? Yeah, I think so. Okay. The rules in general, I think, are pretty fair. I don't think any of these rules are going to substantially change the outcome of the tournaments or of the winners. I think they generally make things more fair and simulate a traditional duel, with stealth classes usually getting the opener, warriors usually getting the charge. No pre-hotting. Again, I feel like pre-hotting is kind of against dueling etiquette, but it's like more of a gray area. I don't really know. Warlocks need their Hearthstone. Okay, so that's probably the most contentious thing, in my opinion. It is of everything out of here, right? All of these are like, okay, yeah. Like, Stealth Class is getting an opener, of course, because they're streaming. Warriors getting uncontested first charge. Okay, that's like dueling etiquette. Shaman getting 4 totems. Debatable, but okay. No pre-hotting. Yeah, dropping a flare 100 feet between duels is not permitted. Okay. I don't know about that. Hunters pre-trapping, okay. Warlocks pre-sacking, whatever, right? But the main thing is, like, the health stones. Like, what do you guys think about the health stones here? Like, what about paladins getting lay on hands? It's an hour cooldown. Only for warlocks should be fine. I think that warlocks should be able to use health stones. No other classes should be able to use health stones. Only warlocks. That's what makes sense to me. Because Hellstones are an ability that Warlocks learn from their trainer. It's in their spellbook, and they should be able to use the abilities that are in their spellbook. That's the same agreement and conclusion that we came to with Lay on Hands, with Ret Paladins. And again, letting Ret Paladins use Lay on Hands, you know what that changed? Nothing. It changed nothing, because they still got beat. And it's the same thing with Warriors. Like, oh wow, we're going to let the Warrior use Retaliation. You know what that's going to change? Nothing. Do you know why? Because Warriors suck. Like, they're trash. Like, you're going to lose anyway. It doesn't matter. You can let Warriors use a fucking flask and they're going to lose. It doesn't make a difference at all. And that's the reality, guys. I'm sorry to say it, but there it is. As a Warrior, trust me, guys, I am really sorry to say it. It fucking sucks. Motherfucking Mana Stone from Aegison? Yeah, I feel like a Mana Stone. It's like, why are you going to allow Warlocks to use a Mana or a Hellstone, or not allow them, and then you allow Mages to use a Mana Stone? It doesn't make sense at all. I feel like it should be one or the other. Either both of them should be banned or neither of them should be banned. Heroic Leap win? Yeah, I think so. Hellstone is like a healing potion if a healing potion is not allowed, so it's not fair whenever Warlocks use their Hellstones. Yeah, well, you know what? Blessing of Might is like a potion of giant strength. So if you don't have, Blessing of Might. So if you don't have Blessing of Might, should you just be able to use an elixir of giant strength to make up for Blessing of Might? No, because they're class abilities. They're class abilities. If you have a class ability, you should be able to use your class abilities. If it's in this book right here, you should be able to use your class abilities. What about the rules on FAP? Wait, what did they say about FAP? Let me see. Yeah, you can't use it, can you? No fapping. Yeah, and that's what makes sense. Of course there's no fapping. Like, yeah, duh. Maybe they're trying to nerf SL locks by banning HS. Yeah, I think that's what they're really doing. I feel like the genuine goal with these rules is to nerf Soul Link Warlocks, because they feel like Soul Link Warlocks are so strong, they're going to completely dominate the tournament. And because they're going to completely dominate the tournament, it will be unfun to viewers because everybody knows what the outcome is going to be. That's a fair perspective to have. I can see where they're coming from. I don't know, man. They already nerfed them with allowing 200 shadow resist. I mean, like, I don't know about that at all. I really am. I'm not sure. Obviously, it does matter to an extent, but it's not really that much of a thing.